guys, this is Jake from Longtail Pro, and today I've got some advice for those of you who are just beginning to blog. So maybe you're just now starting a blog, you're thinking about starting a blog, or maybe you've got one out there and it's just not going so well and you're trying to sort of recalibrate here and figure out what you can do better. There are tons, as you probably well know, there are tons of places you can go and start a blog. Some are free, some are paid. You could go start a WordPress site, start something on Weebly, whatever. You get to listing them. There's an infinite amount, it seems. So I'm not so much concerned about the platform. You can be successful with a lot of different tools. Just find something that works for you. But the strategy is super important. Once you start blogging, one of the bigger mistakes that people make when they start out in particular is that they target things in their blog that are just too competitive. In other words, if you're trying to rank in Google or the other search engines, it's very difficult to start a blog and rank for things that are really competitive and sort of dominated by a lot of big sites and big brands and things like that when you're starting out. So the much safer bet and the smarter approach to getting some of that free search engine traffic that we all want is to instead start by focusing your blog posts on things that are a lot more targeted and specific. Now we call those long tail keywords, and that's an industry word, not something we made up, but those tend to be keywords that people are searching for that are a lot more specific, a lot more narrow. What you're seeing on the screen here is our software, Longtail Platinum, just showing you an example of that. So let's just say the outdoor games, you had some kind of recreation site and outdoor games was a part of what you're going to talk about. Notice the first one up here, I just put in outdoor games, and this is showing me it gets searched 6,600 times a month in Google on average in the US. And then we've got a competitiveness score, which is something our software calculates to tell us that this is a really highly competitive term. It's on a scale of 1 to 100. And in our book, anything over 30, over 40 is highly competitive. So this term, if you're targeting outdoor games with a blog post, you're probably not going to get into this top 10. I mean, you've got big sites that are all, as you can see in the title here, they all mention outdoor games specifically. Very, very tough to crack the top 10 there. However, look at the next one down. You've got outdoor games for one person. Let me just minimize this. Now this only gets searched 10 times a month, so maybe it's not, the greatest thing in the world. It's not going to bring a windfall of traffic, but it's got a much lower competitiveness score of 32. So, it's still fairly low competition in our book. But as you look down the results, hardly any of these mention. Here's one that says games for one person. Most of them don't even mention that specifically. So they're not really about outdoor games for one person. They're about different things, maybe just outdoor games in general. So the point is that with your blog post, if you put together a list of, 10 different outdoor games that are designed for one person that you can play by yourself, something like that, you have a much better chance as a new blog of moving up the rankings here and getting in the top 10 and start getting some traffic for this term and very similar terms. People search all kinds of things similar to this. So by doing that and sort of getting you a list of these kinds of long tail terms, obviously you don't just pick one and go with it here in one blog post. It's going to take some time and some effort. So, you put that on a list and then start searching, find some other terms, some things people are searching for where the competition's a little bit lower, and focus your efforts there, particularly early on. And you'll really start seeing some success here, within a couple of months down the road. You should start to see some of that organic traffic roll in, and if you stick with it, you really can see some big results. We've done that with a lot of our own sites, and we've seen a bunch of other people do it as well. It definitely works. So just want you to have the right mindset when you get out there, whatever tool you're going to use. Go after it. If you do need some help getting started, if you're planning on doing a WordPress blog, we've got a free video series that I put together just showing you step by step, if you have no idea what you're doing, how to buy a domain name, how to get WordPress installed, and get your hosting and all of that stuff. So click on the button in the corner of the video or down in the description and just give us your email and we'll send you that video series, and hopefully you're very successful in the future. All right, have a good day.